What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is Iora Expert, and today it's another account review. We are on Lazy God's account this time around. It's been a little bit since I've done a video by myself, actually, when I think about it, because I did 2 collabs and then the Funocracy. If y'all haven't seen those videos already, I really do recommend it. The Funocracy one's really fun. The randomizer PvP, it's randomizer PvP. It's always gonna be fun. And then we did a little bit of a Cusack showcase. That one's peak intro, if I do say so myself, but check out those videos if you haven't already. Now, moving on, we have ourselves an account review of the man Lazy God. Lazy God, from what I can tell, aka from what he's told me, he's been playing since, not playing. He had this account since the first run of AOT, but he hasn't been playing that much because he'd be putting most of his time in Dragon Ball Legends. So, with that knowledge, we're gonna see exactly what we got on here. He has a list of things he wants help with, aka the Demon Team or Demon King Team, Hero Arena, Farm Teams, and a Demonic Beast team, just to see who he needs to start investing into. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that, but at the same time, we're gonna also be doing our little rubric chart. So he can't score less than 29, right? That was abysmal, but that out of the way, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're north of 3,000, and let's just pop right into it. What are we looking at here? 4 point. What? Wait. Okay. So, in the message, homie says he wants to hit 7.5 by the end of the year. I was not expecting 4.8 mil. So, yeah, he definitely hasn't been playing. Okay, so when it comes to judging this account, it's gonna be very different, but at the same time, he needs the help more than any of the accounts I've seen so far in round 2. So this is gonna be a lengthy one, probably. We'll see. But for how you described how you've been playing and how long you've been playing, I mean I have to give you a 4. Not even a 4. A 4 would be too much. For CC purposes, I think I have to give you a 2. I'm gonna be honest. A 2 is it's kind of unfair if I gave you anything more. I can see a 3, on a little bit, because again, you haven't been playing that much. But 7.5 by the end of the year. Granted, that is very possible. You can easily hit 7.5. You can easily hit 8 mil before the end of the year if you really play the game every day. But shit, I was expecting something like 6, not 4.8. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a 2 for CC. Moving on though, I see you have the newer units, obviously, but who do you not have? Who are you missing? Fuck. Hey, listen though, listen. At least you have most of your characters, or if not all of your characters. You are level 50. Percy's kind of tough though, but shit. Hero Arena teams are gonna be hard for you. You're missing half of the 2025 roster, if not anything from every other year. So this will be interesting making teams for you. I don't even think you have enough CC to do what is it called, platinum diff. You're probably doing gold, right? We'll see. But yikes. Okay, so in terms of the units you do have, I mean, you have what, solo leveling, I saw them. You have Nauseans and Anglehod. You have Lancelot, that's good. You have Red Chandler and stuff like that. But mainly, you have yourselves. You have Green Hell as well, so you're chilling there. So you can kind of build an unknown team, sort of. And you have Thor and Merlin, but not LR Merlin, but baby steps. You have enough to LR somebody. I'd probably say Merlin. Okay, it depends. We'll get to who you should LR after we see your Hero Arena, what we can do with your Hero Arena teams, because it depends on which team you can run more comfortably. You probably want to LR the one that sucks, unfortunately, but we'll see. But in terms of your units, right? Yeah, you have solo leveling, you have Thor, you have the Demon Team. You do have the Demon Team. So you have 2 teams on the screen right now. If you had Brunhild, that'd be another 3. But this is fine. You can do most contents with this team. So for units, because power scaling is a thing. At some point, the old units aren't needed, and most of the new units will be. So I'd probably say in terms of like 2025 units and stuff like that, you do have a decent amount. You just need to build them. So I'll give you like a 5. Like, and you have UR go through and stuff like that too, so you have a lot of leeway here. You just need to actually build said characters. So I'll give you a 5 for your units. Granted, right? Like, I know he's missing a shit ton of characters, but like he has some pretty good important characters. Like he has Hell, so he can do some of the hard content in PvE side. He has Lancelot, that's a good hero arena character. Like, I'm really looking at it as a PvE standard, because from what the things he needs help with, it's not really PvP focused. So I don't think he is that much of a PvP person. That's why I'm not docking a shit ton of points from him. But like, yeah, I see what we're rocking with here. But let's dive into it here. Let's see your gear. HP crit, that's okay. HP crit is okay if you have crit chance rolls on melee. If you do not have crit chance rolls on melee, remove the crit chance or crit damage pieces and use defense. Okay, crit chance, no, you're using attack. Okay, yeah, so you already kind of UR'd it, unfortunately. So again, you're gonna have to re-roll these into crit chance pieces, because Meliodas, the new one, does not scale with HP, or he doesn't scale with attack, he scales with HP. So attack rolls don't do anything for him outside of CC, which is fine. You can keep it if you like having good CC. But if you're going to use crit damage, you need to roll crit chance, because his crit chance is literally like non-existent at 69. You're not critting any unit that came out in the last 2 years. So either roll crit chance on the top pieces or remove the crit damage pieces for defense pieces. And I'm sure you can do that. Oh, you don't have any other Meliodas sets. Okay, I guess you can't do that. But yeah, that's pretty much how that's going to work. We move on now. Attack crit on... Oh, yikes. 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 Please don't tell me you are. Oh, you fucked up, brother. You fucked up. Gelda isn't... She doesn't need attack crit. It's not bad, though. It's not bad. It's not. If you use her for PvE, sure, this is fine. But you want to keep her alive. So HP is definitely her bread and butter. And she doesn't need attack since her damage is scaling off of HP. Not exactly like her attacks, but her effects are HP scaling of the enemies. So theoretically, you don't need that high of an attack for her to do massive damage. So I would recommend using HP, but you already UR'd it, so it is what it is. Attack defense, that's fine. Everything else looks fine for your main characters here. And I'm not even gonna like really bother picking apart the like lower tier characters, except for this HP crit Gother. What the fuck? Take that off. Defense, crit damage, take that off. But you know, anything that isn't HP defense, remove it. Unless they are a DPS character, then you can leave attack crit. But like this Halloween Esterosa, he likes to stay alive. Give him HP defense. Freya, she's fine with attack crit because she is a PvE character. Stuff like that. But like, yeah, I see you don't have a lot of gear, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. But it could be worse. It could be better. So let's actually look at your constellation here. You're on the 3rd one. Okay, so you're gonna get 3 points for constellation, which is, you know, always nice to have. Just a little extra points in your pocket. In my arbitrary ass list, that means absolutely nothing to the average viewer. But moving on, teams, because like this is, you know, it is what it is. You're at 4.8. There's not much I can say, but there is a lot of things you can fix early on that'll actually make this a breeze going through like in 2025 and forward. But like relics, I don't care. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into your teams here, because remember, he wants hero arena teams and farm teams, but we'll get at that at the very end. Once I'm done with my little stupid list, we'll get to that at the very end. But okay, teams starting off random. That's very random. Nothing wrong with that. Drift Blue, solid. This is an A team that works, even in PvP. Demon team, yes, unless you have Chandler's Relic or something like you know, anything like that. Humans, no, they're fine, but no. Lancelot's good. Roxy's not needed, but yeah, it's okay. DKA, no idea what that means. B, oh, it's your Demon King battle teams. I see now. Okay, I can use that. Okay, so that's actually okay. I'll do that later. But the A and B, your farm team is horrid. Gelda's fine though. Gelda has 2 AoEs. She's good. But yeah, this farm team is not that great. Hero arena team for the first one for 269. So yeah, you're doing gold. You can probably do platinum. I see what it is. Hero arena 2, yeah, that's definitely a gold team because you haven't built them out, but it's also not a great team. Hero arena 3, that's interesting. Needhogger, okay. Rat, okay. Gelda and Rat, interesting. You probably have a better chance using Meliodas than Gelda, but that's fine. And then free teams. Okay, cool. Your teams are horrible. Most of them are like set up for me to fix. So again, can't really take too many points off of that. But your teams so far are pretty solid. Red Demon got nothing. Yeah, that's fine. Normal. Gelda and Red Demon. Or Grey Demon. That's fine. Nothing too crazy. Again, nothing too crazy. That Belmoth team hurts my head a little bit, but it works. It's fine. It works, I guess. You just need, your teammate needs to be a cleanser for this to make any sense. I guess this technically works. They kind of carry. Yeah, this works. It's not great, but you might have something better for that team. But you don't have Mellum or LR Melly, so yeah, maybe that is like a solid team to run. Sung Jinwoo is good though, but you don't need Dian, that's for sure. And then Endura. You're never gonna do Endura hell until you get Shadow Garden or you pull Blue Freyr. If you pull Blue Freyr, you can definitely do Endura on the hardest difficulty. But I don't think you pulled on that character. Yes, you do not have him. Which sucks. If you did, you could do Endura. Even if you had, maybe not, because your CC is too low. So I think you're like literally power crept out of the hardest difficulty for Endura anyway. So we're just not even gonna worry about that one. Okay, but yeah, your teams are fine. I'll give you like a 6. I'll give you a 6 for your teams. Like nothing wrong with them. Most of them, I know why they're set the way they are, and that's because you want me to help with them. So, given points where it's due, yeah, you're fine. I'll give you a 6 for teams. Let's keep pushing forward here now. And we're going to boot it up all the way to the PvP. Okay, but before we look, I do need to double check and see if you have a Beatrice. I don't think I saw her. Which, you know, extra points if you do, less points if you don't. Nope. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that 0 for Beatrice. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then, like, I don't think most people that I've seen have Beatrice, which is crazy. Anyways, that's fine. We move on. See this bot, bro? It's always here. What is this? It's got to be a dev, right? It has to be. Like that has to be a dev. This is a side tangent and a half. But every time I log in to Grandcross and I like go to PvP, that same NPC bot is always there. I cannot be the only person that always sees it. I can't. And it happened on my main account, it happened on my free-to-play account, and now it's happening on this person's account. That bot has to be a dev. It just has to be. But moving on. I don't expect much from this, but you are going to get treated the same way. So let's see. Ooh, you made it to Champ 5. Good. Good. Champ 5 is the bare minimum. Good. So at least you get 5 points from that. And then for geared, I'm imagining nothing because you just don't have the teams for it. That's the wrong one. I hate geared. I keep getting them confused. So it's this one. Go 3. Hey, listen, higher than me. Higher than me, bro. So like genuinely for PvP, I'll give you like a, you have your Champ 5 Go 3, I'll give you a 6. Like straight up, I'll give you a 6. Because you got 5 points just for being a champ. And then you have some sort of gear, so that's fine. 6 points is fine. And also your PvP teams are fine as well. So nothing crazy going on there. And then last but not least, for the point system, we can go to your storage. Let's see if you're actually using your materials here. Because for preference, oh, Jesus Christ. Ooh. Okay, before I saw what I saw, which is the infinite enhanced farm. For preference, the less you have in your storage, the better. But if you are at like a 50 mil plus and you have a lot of this, that also makes sense. That means you actually play the game. But being 4.8 mil, there should be no reason to be like hoarding this many mats, like at all. So like in this scenario, you probably get like a 2 or a 3, but we'll see exactly what's being hoarded here, which is, you know, enhanced. This is pretty important for low CC. Demon mats pretty important for low CC, especially when your entire box is not level 90 at the minimum. And then like what? Anything crazy? 68 pendants. Granted, you need like 40 for like a new character, but like you don't need that many to hold on to. You have characters that definitely need them. So you should probably work on that instead of trying to focus on the new character, because there is definitely a lot of PvE usage in your box that you're not utilizing. And once you do that, then you can start like wailing out on like newer characters and stuff like that. But like you don't, why do you have 130 hammers? Like there's no reason for this. No reason to have 100 UR stones at all. Now this is normal, and then everything else is kind of chill. But like, yeah, some of the stuff you're hoarding, no reason. You definitely need to use them. Cooking doesn't matter, but one use, you have a multi, you have one, okay. So you actually use your items over here, that's good. Nothing wrong with that. Miscellaneous, solid, nothing crazy. but like you need to be using this. But overall, you have been using, you know, most of your materials, I guess, but you still have a lot of important ones, and your box CC is way too low for you to be hoarding this. So it's kind of like in the middle ground. So I'm gonna have to give you like a 5 for your storage. It's definitely a middle ground for where you are versus what you need versus what you have. It's a middle ground for sure, because this is free. 100 pieces or 100 things, so you are 10 pieces, aka you can finish 2 sets of gear for a character. That's already about 50 KCC per character, and maybe not 50, maybe like 40 KCC if you give them both HP defense, and that's already almost 100 KCC to your account. Like, and you're already one step closer to 5 mil. Like this should be used 100%. But like, yeah, I'll give you a storage of 5, and then you already got the Beatrice. So now we can move on to what you actually need help with on the account, because yeah, it's very simple stuff for in terms of like your characters. You just want to level them up to 90. You want to super awaken them, give them all their yellow stars, and then once you get to that point, you'll be able to super awaken them. But that's something you're not gonna ever worry about for like the next 3 years. Like, unless you're like big spending, you're not gonna like actually catch up to some high tier accounts. But like it's definitely not a bad account. You have like a lot of good units here, you're just not building them. Like Nauseance is great, Lancelot's great, Percival's okay if you really do need a human, but you don't. You have solo leveling, which is a solid team. So yeah, let's go ahead and go on to the helpful section, right? Let's see what we need here. First off, you need help with making up teams for the Demon King battle. So let's go ahead and look at your Demon King. And I guess I should also look at your Demonic Beast, but we'll get to that later. It's on the list. So let's see exactly what you're running for Demon King and see what you have. Because yes, there's a thing, like you can always run meta in Demon King battle, but you can also just not play meta. You can just use like band-aid characters. For example, I use Blue Hellbrum on my free-to-play account for Extreme. I use Blue Hellbrum. It works like a charm. So as long as you can like clear the rules, you're fine. So you haven't done Demon King at all, and you do have the teams. You can't load them up here. Okay, whatever, that's fine. I'll just do it here. So team 1, I don't know what the hard difficulty is. I think it's literally just the attribute thing. So as long as you can do the attribute thing, you're fine, which means you can't use a dark or a light character. But I could be wrong. I don't know what the easy hard difficulty for Demon King rulings are, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as Extreme with less stats. So for your red character, you're gonna need a good red character. You can use Deanne. Deanne's fine, but in terms of like characters you actually own that are red, best in slot that you have, if you could LR Melly, I would say Melly, but no. So you're probably actually stuck. Yeah, you're stuck. You're stuck with Deanne, which is fine. She's not bad. She'll take all the damage you could stance, and you are pretty much immune to rank downs at that point for the rest of your team. So Deanne's fine. If you don't want to use Deanne, you could use Gother, but you also could use Gother as your 4th character. We'll see what you have later, or you know, at the later point. As it for a green character, however, since you're not needing a buff, debuff, stance, and all that stuff, you're only doing a normal difficulty. I'm gonna just give you like a DPS character for this. But if you do end up doing like the harder difficulties at some point in your life, I think at that point you'd have better characters. So I'm not even gonna like try to build for that, actually. So yeah, I'm just gonna not worry about that. But with Deanne, you can run some decent green units here. You could run Escanor technically if it's really worth it. Nauseance is pretty good. Nauseance will work, but now you just need 2 DPS characters on the other side, and it looks like you don't have that many DPSs in green. Merlin could work. Tyr could work as well. Gelda, not so much if you're not running the team. So I'm gonna actually say Nauseance here. But like, so you need to build him out for your blue character. And then since Nauseance is there, we might switch him out actually. We'll see. Because that's 2 characters with 1 attack. Blue characters are easily gonna be Cha. Cha's like really good, but you also need a human. So I guess that would also need, but you don't have Now for me, so you couldn't run Cha. Because you need a human that can stance, and unfortunately it's either Now for me or OG Arthur, and OG Arthur's kinda horrible, so you're not gonna be able to run the human team with Cha. Therefore we can give you, because again, this isn't like the hardest difficulty. If this is hard difficulty, it would really matter, but since it isn't, you might be able to get away with Beru, like unironically, or even Melee. Like you probably can get away with Melee on the low difficulty. And then for your green unit, or you have Nauseance is going to be your DPS there, so you'll probably need another green unit, and you can end up using like Tyr or Merlin, or just a casual green DPS like Brunhild. Brunhild might work as well. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll probably say Brunhild since she doesn't rely on having the same race until you like actually need it. So I think this will work for you relatively fine for the first difficulty, and then links, whatever links you want, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Again, hard difficulty, this is exactly what that is. Team B, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because I'm pretty sure you can just clear it with this team alone, like dead ass. So, and then artifacts, you're probably going to want HP, because low CC, you're going to need as much HP as possible. But like, yeah, this should be fine for you. Just build these two out, and then you'll be okay. And then, I guess, minimum, you need Tarmia Link on Deanne, minimum. And then everything else, just give them high ultimate character CCs. So, sure. Let's pop that on. Let's give them, sure. This has 8. And then that has 10. Sure. You can obviously use stronger links, but I'm just doing this just because I can, I guess. But yeah, that's fine. I'm pretty sure you can beat it. I'm pretty sure if I do it right now, I could beat it. But yeah, that'll be your Demon King team. And that should help you further out the easy and extreme difficulty up until a certain point. So just run that, you'll be okay. Now, needing help with Hero Arena. Unfortunately, Hero Arena goes away, but you have already done it. So, and I see you do 2 golds and a platinum. Okay, but you do have the Hero Arena setups already in your teams. So I didn't actually stare at them completely, but let's see here. For your first team is fine. This is easy. If anything, if you want, you can take Meliodas off the team and use a different Meliodas. Like, let me see. Who do you have? Who actually do you have Meliodas with? You could use Trader Melee. Like, Trader Melee AoE is pretty good, but usually with this team, it's fine anyway. The only reason I say that is because you can actually just swap this dude on a different demon team, but I guess you just don't have enough characters to do that. So, just disregard what I just said. This team is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. If anything, I would probably move these two, but it doesn't matter. Your human team, however, this is abysmal. Like, if you want to run a human team, let's see what you got here. Like humans, I guess your humans aren't that great, which is fair. Like Roxy is okay, but yeah, she can easily be taken out. Like Light Percival would be better than Roxy, but you actually just don't own humans. You could run Cha on the team. Yeah, like instead of putting her on a lane, just put Cha up front. Where is Cha? Oh, it's sort of about O levels, that's why. I was confused for a second. Yeah, put Cha in front instead of Roxy, and then you could probably squeeze 250 out with this team alone. But we're gonna keep trying here. Lancelot, you just need to build him. Lancelot's fine. Okay, my game froze. Cool. Like this team is fine. Just take Roxy out. That should be. Why is my game freezing? Like 235. Yeah, this is a fine team. Probably remove Tarmia Link from Escanor, but I guess you don't have his relic. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, this is fine. This will work. Lancelot can just be there for extra clearing, but you can just AoE with Sung, single target with Sung, and then AoE with Lancelot for the turn 1, and you should kill anything in gold or platinum once you get to 250, and you actually build this character. And then for your third team, this is perfectly fine. Just build hell. Beru, on the other hand, he's kind of useless since he doesn't work if Sung Jinwoo isn't on the team. So instead of Beru, you can probably run like Balder or Nanashi. Tyr isn't the greatest for PvP or PvE, but he is good. But in terms of unknowns, yeah, I'd probably take Beru off for Nanashi, or whenever you LR Merlin, do that. But genuinely, this team is also fine. You just have to build the characters. It's that simple. Like, you genuinely just have to build them. But in terms of other teams you could run, well, you don't have any goddesses, so that's off the table. You don't have any fairies, like straight up, so that's off the table. You have a few human teams you can run, like Light Bond, for example. You can run Light Bond with Roxy and Anglehide and Nauseance if you built them to. That would work for low tier, or even Percival. But like, yeah, your teams are genuinely as good as it's gonna get. And outside of that, you have like one spare human team. That's about it. So genuinely, your teams are fine. Like you just, yeah, again, beating a dead horse. You just have to build them. So there's not much you can do about that, unfortunately, at the point you're at. And then for farm team, I mean, your farm is also, again, you don't have that many characters, bro. It is what it is. But at the very least, you probably don't need Sung. Like, unless, like on auto too, he has a single target that's probably gonna get abused. So, do you have another double AoE character? You have Fest Merlin. She's okay. You do have Hell. Hell is good. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, here, use Hell instead. That's not what I meant to type. That's, excuse me. Okay. Yeah, use Hell instead. Like, build her out. That'll help you out a lot. And then instead of Sigurd in the back, I think you do have Liz. Okay, you have this one. Never mind then. I guess instead of Liz, you could use Bond then. Because again, Sigurd's not doing anything for farming teams because Sigurd is like a drawn-out battle kind of guy. And if he comes out from the back, then he's useful. But at least with Ragnarok Bond, you're getting attack stats. So they're going to hit harder regardless. But this is fine. You probably don't need King here. But, you know, they all have double AoEs. So if you put on auto, there's like a non-existent chance of them throwing the AI. So this is perfectly fine. And then last but not least, we'll look at your Demonic Beast teams. Because, as you stated it, you want my opinion on your Demonic Beast teams. And if they're worth the build up, which obviously they're worth building. They're Demonic Beast teams. That's how you get the bread and butter Holy Relics. But let's see here. They haven't changed or claimed anything, so I'm just gonna choose Bird. Hopefully that doesn't, you know, fuck you up by any means. This works. I probably say take Nanashi off because Bird is super easy. You do not need Nanashi. Like straight up, you don't need Nanashi. So I'm gonna like, yeah, you put Thor back here. You don't need Tyr either, but instead of Nanashi, just use like literally Sung if you wanted to. Or better yet, use Trader Melly since Amplify is gonna go crazy with Magelda. Like this team is infinitely better. You don't need Nanashi. And then you barely need Tyr, but you have him built, so he can stay. And again, this isn't really a floor 4 team. You're way too low in CC to do floor 4, but this should be just fine. For floors 1 to 3. For Deer, this is fine. This is the standard team for Deer, especially for floor 4, so this team is perfectly fine. Skull and Hadi, again, Skull and Hadi is easy as hell. You can use whatever team you want and you can no diff it. For example, yes, demons do work. Just literally kill them. It's that simple. Just give them links. So, and maybe you can remove Sigurd, but I guess he's your only build demon outside of these 3. So, like, genuinely, this works. If you want, you can take him off, run Escanor or some shit. But, like, yeah, you're fine. Needhogger. Do you have Mael? I don't think I saw him. Okay, yeah, you don't. So, since you don't have Mael, you can't run the goddesses. There is a human setup, but you need LR Escanor to do that. And you can probably use solo leveling, but it's not even worth it at that point. So just wait it out until you get Mael, and then start worrying about Needhogger. And I think that's gonna be a while from where you are at the game anyway. So don't even worry about Needhogger. It's not that deep. And the relics over there aren't even that good. There's no relic here that's like mandatory to own, like straight up. Freya is only good for the snake itself. You have Meliodas already, so you don't really worry about that. Everything else here is kind of mid. Deanne's good. Esteros is fine. That's it. Like, they're not that great. So you're not missing out. And then finally, Ratataskir. Gelda could work in theory. Yes, this is fine. I think this man, Meliodas, might be better. I think. I could be wrong, though. But this team is fine. And if you are struggling with Gelda, I would say switch him out for Meliodas. Because Meliodas actually does a lot of damage in Squirrel. Even with, like, the normal setup like this. So, yeah. You're fine here. So there's not really much I can do about that one. So yeah, that wraps up the video. So overall, I think I helped you with all 4. Like the Demon King Bass, I definitely gave you a team for that. The Heroine teams, I fixed one of them, so I guess I kind of helped. And I gave you pointers onto like how to build the characters and how to use the teams you already have. So I guess I'll count that. Farm team, I fixed it a little bit because it was a little bit wanky, but it's not much you can do about it, right? It's really not. You don't have like the crazy characters. And then for your Demonic Beast, I fixed it a little bit. So yeah, I'll give you all 4 points for miscellaneous, for sure. And we can just run it from there. let's just look at this since I'm here. 2 out of 10. Okay. I was just curious. But yeah, overall, you have a total of 31 points, which isn't bad. That's pretty solid. It's almost half, so it's still failing technically, because 50% and all. But this isn't bad. This is very fixable. It's not even fixable because there's nothing to be fixed. You just need to grind the game more, and then you'll be a-okay. But generally, obviously, as all accounts are, HP defense your characters, especially the ones you're not gonna be using that much, like this Demon King HP defense, Astarosa HP defense, Melee HP defense, and everyone that doesn't have gear HP defense, everyone that doesn't have stars, awaken them. It's gonna help you out a lot, and at that point you'll be just fine, and you might hit 7.5 before the end of this, like, November, if you really tried, because it's super easy gaining CC at the point you're at right now. You can hit this in 2 months for sure. You can definitely hit your goal. So with that being said, it's been Aura Expert, and I will see you on the next video. Peace and have a wonderful day. This was fun, actually. Like, this actually was an account that needed help, and I feel like I did help you a decent amount here. But again, Lazy Guy, if you have any other extra questions, my DMs are open. We already have a DM going, so just let me know how you're doing in a few months, a few weeks, after all the information has been processed and you're actually like making some progress to your account. Let a brother know, and I can help you out then. But till then, I'll see you on the next video. Peace, and have a wonderful day.